Even if you are an introvert, it's still possible to get an internship of our desires. All we need is just that one chance to prove that we can do the job for them. Here's how I wish I had gotten that chance. So this is the kind of video that I wish I had watched back then when I was still in my 24-year-old self with zero internships. Back then I was kind of like very introverted. At the same time, I wasn't confident that anybody's gonna hire me, because like nobody knows me and what do I have to offer on the table? I had like zero experiences. I can only say that I'm a student in NUS and everybody's a student in NUS, right? How am I supposed to stand out? And I was just, applying online, sending resumes and hoping to get, that magical offer and hoping to get my lucky break. I was just playing the numbers game, and I wish that I had taken a different approach. So no matter whether we are introverted or not, I believe that we all have something valuable to bring to any business. We all have our strengths that we can provide value based on what we are good at. So I'm going to explore why it's so hard for us to do so, and what are some of the ways that we can actually reach people leveraging on our strengths as introverts and increase the potential of somebody hiring us when they view our profile. Number one, I would start to tell people that I know, like, and trust that I'm looking for an internship. What I wish I had done back then is to start to tell my close circle of people that I know, like, and trust that I'm looking for an internship, and could they refer me to somebody who could be in the hiring position of such internships. The thing about doing this speech or this question of this socializing is that it actually gets easier over time. The first time, it's probably going to be hard. It will be easier and more comfortable for us to do that with somebody we already know. One technique that I wish I had used is what I call the mushroom networking. Let's say if I already know 5 people that I know, like, and trust, I will reach out to each and every one of them and tell them that I'm looking for an internship. Do they know somebody who could potentially be in that hiring position? And even if they don't, could they refer me to someone who might know that? So it's kind of like going from the first degree, who are the people that I know, like, and trust, going on to the second degree, which is like the first referral, and then going to the third degree, which is the referral of a referral. And if I had done so with the 5 people that I know, like, and trust, I believe that I would have reached a wider network. I would basically have casted my net out wider to potentially find someone who could be looking for interns. Now, this technique would be even more powerful if I already knew what I wanted back then. For example, if I wanted an internship in banking and finance, I would start again with the 5 people that I know, like, and trust, and ask them, hey, do you know somebody who is potentially looking for interns in and this person works in a bank or works in a financial institution? I think the chances of getting what we want will be higher because the referrals will be more targeted in the areas that we're looking for. The second technique of communicating our value as introverts is to start posting content online. It can be our LinkedIn profile or it can be a blog. This uses the fact that as introverts, we are good at documenting our processes and we are good at documenting our thoughts. So we can start to post content and articles online on LinkedIn, such as writing about what we are learning today and how we can potentially solve problems that we are observing around us in our industry or something like that. The thing about documenting our learning points is that we don't need to be a PhD holder or an expert in the field to comment on subjects. If we can start to post content about the problems that we're interested in and at least attempt to solve them, or at least throw some light on how current solutions could be improved, I think it will communicate to potential employers that we are truly interested in solving these problems and would attract a potential employer to give us the opportunity to really have a real go at it. Practically what we're doing here is to do some content marketing of what we are good at. The more targeted it is about the job that we're trying to get at, the better. If you still don't have a LinkedIn profile, I highly recommend that you spend a couple of minutes to set one up, because I think that was one of the things that I wish I had started way earlier, and it has really given me so much returns over time. Because what we know these days is that when we send an application, chances are the recruiter is going to look up our LinkedIn profile and see what we are up to. And if they see that we have been posting content after content that looks very interesting and valuable to the company potentially, then I think that will increase the chances of us getting hired. So it doesn't require us to have any work experience. All we need to do is to have Google search and have an interest to have a go at potential solutions to solve problems. The third thing that I wish I had done is to apply with a value validation project. A value validation project is practically a sample work that we provide together with the application or the CV that was sent in. It's something that we can usually derive from the job description itself. By reading it, we can understand what are the kind of problems that the employer wants us to solve. For example, if I was looking at something like a marketing intern of a company, I would look up what the company is doing and study what are their marketing practices and provide 3 suggestions of how these marketing practices can be improved to bring more sales and revenue for the company. So something like this would be a huge standout on top of just sending our CV. Now obviously it would take a bit more time to prepare for it, but I think this leverages our strengths as introverts because we are deep thinkers. We can think about a problem for a long time and come up with really insightful solutions. And this can be easily captured with a value validation project. So I think this is again a higher ROI activity. Instead of spending 1 hour to apply for 10 different companies, I wish I had just spent 1 hour instead to prepare a value validation project for a company internship that looks really interesting online that I will really just go zoom into and write something about it. I would also do the same if somebody has referred me to the role from the first tip that I mentioned, which is to find someone through the mushroom networking technique. And actually the advantage of knowing somebody is that you can actually find out more about what are the problems that they are facing so that you can come up with a more tailored value validation project for it. The reason why a value validation project is so powerful is because it can actually really make us stand out from that stack of CVs. When it comes to any job, people generally want to hire somebody who has thought through of a problem and demonstrated interest and passion to really solve it. And one way to really demonstrate that is to send in some kind of a mock-up, like it can be a deck of slides or an infographic that we design or even a video that we record, just to demonstrate how interested we are in the job itself. And the more authentic it is, the better. I think that it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be like this master solution that can solve the problems that the company is facing. I think more importantly is the attempt. The attempt to show that we are interested and passionate to apply for the role. If anything at all, we can actually think of it as like an enhanced version of a cover letter. Instead of just like a wall of text to say that, oh, I've been working in this, or I'm interested in this and that, we can actually really deliver value upfront by saying, I have thought about a problem, here's what I think, and based on my research, I believe that these are some potential ways that we can enhance your company's marketing profile or bring more sales and revenue to the company. I think such an application would make a huge standout on top of all the other CVs that are coming up for this role, and any recruiter or hiring manager would definitely be impressed with it. I hope this video helps you to secure your first internship if you haven't already. If you find this video helpful, I hope that you would come back again by subscribing and clicking like on this video, and I hope to see you in my next video.